One time I had a dream that 50 Cent killed all my friends. Why did I dream that?
I don't know.
Why would 50 Cent kill my friends? He wouldn't, I don't think.
Was that a nightmare?
I suppose.
Jonesy and Ray, just wondering.
Welcome back to Just Wondering podcast, where we will surprise each other with whatever topics come to mind. We literally know nothing and have made a rule to never research before recording. So buckle up.
We're your hosts. I'm Jones.
And I'm Ray.
And Ray, I was just wondering about sleep.
I'm so tired, so that seems very relevant.
Same. We both look like we could go on vacation with the bags under our eyes. Probably if we needed to move, we could fit all of our belongings in our own eyes and we wouldn't have to get any boxes.
No moving truck.
Yeah, that's it. Mine aren't as bad today. Yesterday they were so bad I looked like I had 2 black eyes.
I thought you were going to say mine aren't as bad as yours.
I mean,
I usually get dark circles more than bags, but today I have bags. I think because I'm all like pale and frail from donating blood.
Probably. What is your ideal amount of sleep?
Honestly, I think ideally I would sleep 9 hours a night. I've been making more of an effort to get 7 hours recently, but it's not realistic because I wake up at 5. I'm just not going to bed at 9. Now that it's like dark out early, I'm like, I could sleep at 9. Like that's no problem. It's been nighttime since 5.
Yeah.
For the past 3 years, I've been sleeping 5 hours a night. It's not ideal, 5 hours.
No. I actually would say that my ideal amount of sleep is between 5 and 6 hours. Maybe not my ideal amount, but I function best because I feel like when I sleep more than 6.5 hours, I'm exhausted for the whole day. Honestly, even like 4.5, like I would get through the day easier than if I slept 10 hours. And it's easier for me to get out of bed.
So I agree with you when I have to go to work because I need to be like sharp, and I often feel like waking up at 5, it's like adrenaline. I'm running off of adrenaline. By the time I notice what time it is, it's 9. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, no problem. I can finish my day. On days off, I would never sleep just 5 hours. So that's why I'm like, ideally, I would sleep 9. Because I recently slept 11 hours on a day off.
That's actually shocking.
Yeah, that night I went to bed at like 9. And then there was the time change and I didn't wake up until like 7. I mean, I've been stuck in this routine now. I just wake up at 7 a.m. even on days off.
Wow. I wish that I could do that. I was really good pre-pandemic. Like I would get up, I was going into the office for like 7:30 every day. So I was getting up at like 6:30 and it was great. Now, if I don't have anything pressing to do in the morning, it's so hard for me to get out of bed. Like I would rather jam pack my work schedule with like things that need to be done at 8 or 8:30, which is like annoying when I'm like, I wish I didn't have to wake up, but my day is 100% more productive.
Yeah, I like to wake up early and get stuff done early in the day as well. I remember we recently did a podcast episode on habits, and you were saying you have a bad habit of hitting snooze and that you were going to work on it. How has that gone? You weren't expecting a call out on that.
I wasn't. I actually now am only pressing snooze twice. So I guess I am working on it. So I have a Fitbit which like tracks your sleep, and it has like this alarm setting where you can set an alarm and it'll wake you up at the best point in your sleep cycle. And I have found that has been a little more helpful, except then if it wakes me up too early, then I'm like, well, I don't need to get up. I was going to go back to sleep.
That's what I would do, because I do that even now. Like I'll wake up and I try very hard not to look at the time, because sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I feel wide awake. Maybe it's time to go to work. And I look at the time, I'm like, it's still midnight. And so I like force myself to go back to sleep. Or on the other side completely, it will be like 4:45. And I'm like, no, I only have 20 more minutes to sleep. And would you say you like hitting snooze?
I like hitting snooze because then I sort of like,
you like the kind of half awake, half asleep.
Like I don't like just like sprout up, but I honestly think that I would do better. Who I am in the morning in bed with that alarm with the snooze button is stronger than who I am out of bed.
I know a lot of people who like to be in that in-between state. So they'll hit snooze for like an hour if they can. I am not that person. I am like a full asleep and full awake type of person.
I wonder if that's also because you fall asleep so quickly.
Yeah, I do fall asleep really easily. Do you usually fall asleep easily?
No. I wouldn't say that I have trouble sleeping. Unless I'm like really, really tired, I won't fall asleep super quickly. I've been trying not to like be on my phone as much at night. That's obviously like a big problem, but I'll put on like a sleep podcast or something. Smooth talking. Blah,
I
blah, blah.
see.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky in my life. I usually am able to fall asleep right away, and I usually can sleep through the night without very many interruptions.
Mm-hmm.
I found at the start of the pandemic, when I was off work actually for 6 weeks, I could not sleep at all because there was no reason to sleep at any point or wake up at any point.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or rhythm or reason.
I was having trouble staying asleep in the night. I had anxiety for like the first time, I think, because even though I had nothing urgent or pressing or anything I needed to deal with, my mind was always racing and I wasn't able to really relax.
I think that that's understandable given all the uncertainties, and especially for someone like you who's always so busy and has so many things going on, to go from 100 to 0 was a big
I
shift.
think that actually was the biggest thing, is like I wasn't tired. I wasn't using any of my energy, and I have a lot of energy for a person. And so it would be nighttime and I'd just be like agitated.
Mm-hmm. I have heard that your ideal amount of sleep is 4 hours, or there's also like that thing where people don't actually like sleep for long periods of time. It's just like 20-minute naps all the time.
Yeah, I've heard about a bunch of different types of sleep cycles.
Mm-hmm.
I know for myself, for a power nap, 20 minutes is perfect. And I've heard that that is like a very productive way of napping and a very efficient way of napping. But I have also heard, about the 4-hour sleep cycle to be able to hit your REM cycle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it usually is 4 hours. And so that's why they would recommend for most people to sleep for 8 hours in the night, because you would have 2 full sleep cycles if you sleep right through. But I also heard that our ancestors a long time ago used to sleep in 2 different segments, because you'd have to get up partway through the night to like do some like maintenance, maybe like put more wood on the fire, like stuff like that. So you'd wake up partway through the night, do some stuff, and then sleep another 4 hours.
That makes sense. And then a lot of people in like European countries do like an afternoon
siesta.
sleep. Yeah.
That's, I think, when it gets too hot in the middle of the day to be able to do any work or whatever. And then they stay out later too. So like they eat dinner at like 10 or 11 p.m., which I can't do because that's the middle of the night. I eat dinner at 5 p.m.
Well, if you've been up since 5 a.m. to eat dinner at 11 p.m., you're like, breakfast is in 6 hours.
Yeah, and I'm hungry.
So I don't know if the best amount of sleep is that. I will say, like, there's been lots of times where I've only gotten 4 hours of sleep and been fine.
Yeah, me too. I've heard before that like you couldn't bank sleep, right? Like you can't save it up, and if you lose sleep, you never gain it back. But I've heard more recently that you actually can. That you can, bank your sleep or like earn it back after. So like you can actually catch up on sleep. And I'm like, well, that's great news, because
I heard you can't, but I've never really understood. I would just be like, it wouldn't catching up on sleep just be like, I'm not tired anymore, so I'm all caught up on what I need.
That's what I thought.
Which I've never felt in my life. I can't remember the last time I wasn't tired. I have been trying to adapt your nap style. If I nap for like an hour, I'm done. I would say the past like year and a bit, I've only been doing 20-minute naps, and it has helped a lot.
I also find if you drink a coffee before taking your power nap, it takes about 20 minutes for caffeine to hit your bloodstream. So if you drink your coffee and then go to sleep, you wake up in 20 minutes, you have to go pee and you're energized. It's perfect.
That does sound perfect, actually.
Do you dream?
Sometimes, because how can you say I have no idea if I dreamed?
I think it's dreamt. I have no idea if I dreamt, or I have no idea if I had dreams.
Yes. Yeah, I remember them sometimes. I actually was telling a story about a dream that I had to a friend the other day. I was like, oh, I had this dream that my sister's roommate said that she didn't want to live with her anymore. So her roommate moved out, and the roommate's boyfriend and his friend moved in, and then made my sister move into the smaller room. And my friend was like, why are you being so casual about this? Like, why is this happening? Like, I was like, no, it was a dream.
I thought you were going to say that she's like a dream reader or something. She's like, you can't take this casually. It means something.
I don't control my dreams. I mean, I guess I do, but like not consciously.
Have you ever had a lucid dream?
What does that mean?
When you know you're dreaming, and then once you register that you're dreaming, if you don't wake yourself up, you're able to start controlling it, and you can dream about whatever you want.
That's usually what happens like right before I wake up in the morning.
I don't know if I've had a lucid dream. There's ways to figure out that you're dreaming. The only one I really remember is if you look at a clock in a dream, it does not tell you the time. And then that can signal your conscious mind oh, I'm in a dream and I'm able to now control it. So you could be like, I'm now going to fly around the world.
Maybe I have never had a lucid dream. Maybe I just
haven't.
remember my dreams. Like, I don't know if I can actually control them.
I think there's ways to learn to control them, but I'm not that interested. Like, I feel
Yeah,
like I take on enough while I'm awake. I don't need to
Yeah.
also take it on while I'm asleep.
I would be interested to hear about like what things mean in dreams. I mean, I'm a bit of a skeptic because like how could you know? It's all just like hypothesis based on something, I suppose. I guess they like track brain activity and like how things are moving, and
They can compare it to what an awake brain would be reacting to, maybe.
there's a lot of theories that are like, if you dream about this, it means this. Like how could you know that? One time I had a dream that 50 Cent killed all my friends. Why did I dream that?
I don't know.
Why would 50 Cent kill my friends? He wouldn't, I don't think.
Was that a nightmare?
I suppose.
Do you normally have nightmares?
I don't think so. I did when I was a kid, but I think that like as I got older, like I don't really remember having bad dreams.
I have really bad nightmares. That's what wakes me up the most in the night. I can sleep through like my upstairs neighbor drums above my bedroom at nighttime, and I'm like, oh, my lullaby, and I just go to sleep and sleep right through, honestly.
You could fall asleep anywhere. I've seen it many times.
Like the only real reason that I wake up throughout the night is from nightmares. But it takes a long time for me to like get my heart rate and my breathing back to a relaxed place where I can sleep again. And I'm like, I don't know what direction to face in my bed where I'm going to feel relaxed, because I feel like I can't turn my back on anything because I'm just so scared.
Crazy that your mind does that.
I'm really just scared of my own imagination. I have slept with my light on so many times because I'm scared of monsters to this day.
I have slept with my light on so many times because I forget to turn it off.
Oh, same. I'll wake up and I'll be like, it's very bright in here.
Yeah.
And I look at the time, I'm like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I know. I used to sleep with the TV on. Now I like can't really. Like even if I play music when I'm falling asleep, it'll wake me up in the middle of the night. Like I'll be like, "Oh, it's still playing." Have you ever been told that you sleep talk or anything?
Yeah, I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My ex used to talk in his sleep, but he used to wake me up. Like he would grab me and in his sleep, and I would wake him like, "What?" And then he would tell me nonsense.
I think I've heard you like mumble, maybe like just make like that sound. I can't remember you ever saying words in your sleep. We have shared rooms on multiple occasions. My nephew sleep talks so much, and he always like sits up in his sleep, and he like will like flip over. Like I've never seen a human move so much in their sleep.
That's
the craziest thing.
Like sleepwalking.
Sleepwalking is crazy.
Yeah. Robin sleepwalks.
Does she still do it?
Yeah, so she didn't know she did, but she was having a dream and there was a siren going off, like wee wee in her dream. And when she woke up in the morning, she was holding a plant and there was dirt everywhere.
So funny.
Yeah.
I know like at camps and stuff, when we worked at the camp up in Algonquin, they would talk about kids who sleepwalk, and they'd have to put like bear bells on the doors because like so they wouldn't like walk into like the lake, or like there's probably some people where like need warnings like that, or like extra locks on their doors. Where's the weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep?
Just like probably on the ground in the middle of doing something.
Yeah.
Like I probably just was like, I'm tired right now, and there was things going on, and I just laid down on the ground and went to sleep, because I do that often, but I can't think of like what is the weirdest place I've done that.
Any place is weird, right? Like
yeah, like in the middle of a party, like often.
And that's it, 20-minute nap.
What about you?
I don't know. I feel if I'm tired enough, I feel like I could sleep anywhere. I went to a concert once. It was pretty boring. I like felt like I was falling asleep. Yeah.
Like I just think about breathing, and like within 3 breaths, I'm relaxed and asleep.
I've never seen someone fall asleep as easily as you. You literally lay down like this and you're asleep. Like if I was you right now, I'd be sleeping.
That's why I'm not doing that right now. What's the weirdest place you fell asleep on the podcast?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen to people like narcolepsy and stuff, right? Which is crazy, just like sleeping disorder. But
I saw it in Deuce Bigalow or whatever, that Gigolo whatever movie. He dated the girl that had narcolepsy, and she had never eaten soup before because there's literally a fear of drowning at all times. so you can't
Oh.
drink soup. And so he tied her ponytail to the coat rack. And so when she fell asleep, like her head just got jolted, so she didn't drown in her soup and she got to eat soup.
I mean, if you were near someone, you could probably eat soup anyway.
Yeah, just don't let their face stay in the bowl for 3 minutes.
I knew about narcolepsy from the Wiggles, but that's about it. What are you drinking, right?
Today I'm drinking Old Style Pilsner. Yeah, I needed something crisp and easy drinking. What are you drinking today?
I'm just drinking Coors Light today. Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we would love to hear about your sleep. How much sleep do you get on average? Do you sleep well? Do you sleepwalk? Do you sleep talk?
If you're having trouble sleeping, what are the tricks that you use to fall asleep?
And where's the weirdest place you've ever fallen asleep?
Send us pictures.
Yeah, send us pics.
If you send a pic, I'll send one back.
I don't have a lot of me sleeping in any weird places,
You can send pictures of me.
but there's a lot of Ray.
You can email us at justwonderingpodcast.ray@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram at just.wondering.podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Do it, do it, do it, and have a good sleep. Good night, sleep tight.
Oh, that's so nice. And she was just going, woo!